Whoa! Holy moly, it's still a nice layout. Yeah, that's much better. Let's experiment, shall we? Hello, Transand fans. Welcome back to another edition of Transand Labs, the behind-the-scenes look at the creative process that goes into the creation of music for my website, transistorsandwich.com. You can be on a live stream doing some gaming on like Twitch or something like that. And you can play the entire playlist from transistorsandwich.com, MP3 player right on the homepage. You can have that playing in the background, not have to worry a stitch about a copyright infringement because they're free, royalty-free, open. You can play them whenever you want. Spread the word.
Spread the word.
This week, I thought, you know what? I haven't been to Looperman in a bit. I should check it out. So let's head on over to Looperman. Whoa. Holy moly. Apparently they have a lot of advertising to offer. Hoy. I can't complain, really. I mean, I shouldn't. I can. I can complain, but I shouldn't. This is an unscripted live stream. You know that, right?
You know that, right?
Let's go to free loops and samples. But what if I wanted to... Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I want to limit it to the drum category. Okay, this all used to be a little more upfront, but you know, it's still a nice layout. Now that one's interesting. I could maybe do something with this one. Okay, I'm very tempted by that one. Dance party drum loop. That is a really interesting rhythm. Okay, that one is tempting as well. I've got two temptations so far.
Don't tempt me.
Ah! Well, that one took me by surprise. Wow, that is very overdriven. Let's download this one. Drag that into the Looperman folder. And we'll come over here, add an audio track, and import that new audio file. That's going to be way down here. 3. Ah! It's so loud every time. We'll import it as an audio sequence so that it locks into any tempo changes I might make. It's going to be a very simple tune. There's not going to be a lot of variation to it because it's just that part looped over and over. But, I mean, I think I can make it interesting by jamming with it. I can still put a bass line in there.
I'm all about the bass.
Oh, we'll give it a color. Now, let's start it off with a bass arp. Let's add a bass first. I want something that has some punch to it. Oh, that one's nice. Let's see what that sounds like with a bass arp. Blue arp. Magic scales. Oh, I like that one. There, so I can loop that now. Loop it out like so. Right, so we've got our bass line in there. Let's set a color for that. And I was thinking, right at bar 9, I think I'd like to maybe add some more hi-hats or something. Let's add monster drum. And which monster will we choose? I think the Lynn kit. And let's add a MIDI sequence here. A couple of bars, I think. And put some hi-hats in. Oh, that weren't right. Okay, let's solo this so I can hear what that sounds like. Okay, could be interesting. I wonder if maybe the Lynn drum kit is not the choice for this one. Maybe the EDM kit is better. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. At 17, I want to add like a constant kick drum in there to just really up the beat. I wasn't sure what the frequency was going to be. Let's loop that out. That's a bit better. Let's give this one a color. Hit save. And have a spot of tea.
Spot of tea then?
Now, I have to come up with a melody. So let's add an instrument rack. And who are we going to use for a melody today? Analog Lab? Sure, why not? It's the first one on the list. Okay, yeah, we've got some classic Juno keys. Ooh. That one's kind of nice. What if I mix that aftertouch lead with, yeah, the aftertouch with the smooth? That might be interesting. Let's label this aftertouch lead, and then another analog lab with the smooth lead. And I'll label that as such. Okay, so I've got two separate sounds. I want to link the two of those sounds together. So I'm going to go into my module setup here, and let's add a module. This will be a patch point. I'll attach that to both of those sounds. I'll rename this as lead. A track to record all of our notes on, and we'll target that track to our lead patch point. Now then. Let's add another track. Ah, here we go. Surrealistic MG-1 Plus. Let's see. Yeah, here we've got some lovely leads in here. Ah! Okay, maybe not that. Oh, there's one. Now that might work.
I think that might work.
Okay, so let's go back into our modular setup here. Let's auto-arrange these. Plug that one in as well. And I should be playing all three now. Yep. To put an effect on all three at once, we'll add a submix. We'll call that lead submix. We'll set the outputs from each of those sounds to the lead submix. What that means is that now each of those sounds is routing its audio output into this lead submix channel first, before it goes to the main output. That way I can adjust the volume, or I can add some effects. And effects is just what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up Charm Verb, Shiny Meat. Yeah.
That's the ticket, laddie.
There. Let's add a subtrack so I can make a copy of that to repeat it. Okay, so right there, I'll need to switch to something else. And I was thinking an ARP, add instrument. And there was one of those analog lab sounds that I thought would make a nice ARP sound. Anthem lead. Yeah, so let's pull in a blue ARP instance on this. Yeah, something more like that. And I think I want another ARP to go with it. Add instrument. Let's try Odin.
Where's Odin?
Oh, there's already some ARPs in here. Right, I forgot about that. Let's see. There we go. Now, if I was to pair that up with the chords, would it trigger properly? I think it's monophonic, so I don't know. Let's experiment, shall we? Let's add a patch point module, and we'll hook those two sounds together. That one and that one. Two ARPs as one. And I'll need a track to control that, so let's add another track down here and target it to the ARPs. And let's see what those sound like together. Yeah! I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we'll bring back the melody there. I feel like it could use almost like a choir sound there. Let's pull in from MuLab an choir. Slower attack. I always like to mix that choir with another choir that I have, Sonatina Choir. We'll soften the attack on that, and I always like to give it a bit of release. Now let's link those two sounds together. So we need another patch point, and we'll call this choirs. Let's plug that into both of those choirs, the and the Sonatine and control track pointing at our choirs. Let's give that a color and hear the two of those together. And I think I'm going to add some reverb to that. And one of my favorites is the church reverb. Just has a long tail. There we go. Let's record that in. Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right. Hey, I wonder if Looperman has a riser. So let's just search for the keyword riser. That one's a bit slower than I was looking for. Well, that could work.
It could work, yes.
I'm going to try that. All right, let's set up an audio track here, and we'll go find that sound. Import audio file, 0916852. There it is. And we'll take that in as a pitched sample. Okay, new clip. Since that is going there, I'm going to move the choirs to the start. And I need more than one of those choirs. There we go. That's coming together. Okay, save. Oh, I didn't give it a color. Let's give it a color. Green. Okay, and then that's where the melody is going to come back in. Right there. I think I might put another kind of part here. As I'm working on this, there's always like new parts coming into my head. sometimes I might just stop and stand here and stare at the screen for a second. It's because there's ideas that are competing with each other. They're screaming to get to the top of the choice heap. And this time, I think I'm going to let this one through. It's some bell sounds that I want to put in here for this one. And I think I'm just going to turn to MuLab for that because there is a category called bells. That might work.
It might work.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't get it in one take because it worked out much better the second time. And copy over the lead because I'm going to come back into the lead there. I think if I split it here, that will make an interesting variation. Because I'll do a copy there. At the end, I think I'm going to change that up. So let's move that up to there. Take that note out. And then right at the end, that will actually work if I put it in the right place, I think. Yeah, I think I've got a tune. Let's step back, step away from the machine.
You need to step away.
And take a listen to it and see how this song turned out. I'm quite happy with that one. I might do some other adjustments with the kicks. If you want to see how it turns out in post-production, download it on my website, transistorsandwich.com, or just listen to it right from the homepage because there's an MP3 player right there. You can play all of the tunes in the Transistor Sandwich library, and you can play it on a live stream if you want. You won't get a copyright ding if you're playing it on your stream because I give you permission. Later, taters.